All right, guys. If you're online, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So last Sunday, I was in Washington D.C. for my fellowship, and that was already planned. So my apologies for not being here. There is one more Sunday I think I'm gonna miss because I'm going for work again. But other than that, every other Sunday I'll be here. So I know some of the students who are face to face are not here today. Hopefully, it's just if you're not feeling well or whatever it is, but make sure to come back to the center as soon as possible. Next, you guys had Rikav and Aubrey last week for math and English, right? So, how did it go? Was it helpful, boring? Helpful is the most important thing I'll be looking for. No?
I guess math was boring, but English
Math was boring?
yeah.
For the quadratics, right? You guys did
Yeah, all of
quadratics?
them.
Really?
I mean, I think it was mostly informative. I was like slightly confused, but it wasn't like I was really confused. So
Okay. I usually don't hear that for quadratics, so we'll see how well you guys know things. Um, how's English?
pretty good. Yeah, I only self-explanatory notes.
Because actually, the December test, we had 8 students get a 36 in English from Rick's class. 4 got 36 in science, 4 in reading, and 2 in science, 2 in math. So it's pretty. We had an amazing December ACT test, and we'd like to continue that. There is some real good talent in that group for sure. There's a lot of good talent. I'm trying to understand this group as well. So we'll see how it goes. Write on this. Go ahead and write on this. This is very important. So next Sunday, and there is a very good reason. This is the first time we are doing this. Actually, we have never done this before. This is just to give us more time here. I'll be uploading a video today on ACT Science today. Okay? And you have to watch the video before you come to the class next Sunday. If you don't watch it, you'll be so lost here next Sunday. And there's nothing I can do at that time. Preferably, watch it twice. Preferably. That's going to save us a crucial 1 hour. That's how our curriculum is balanced to the point of an minute basis. Like right now, what I've covered for that class is exactly what I had planned for today. So we are exactly on schedule. We'll see what happens to this class. So far, it's going well. But we have to finish what we have planned every single time. One time we missed it, and we were only done with 90% of the curriculum, which is still pretty good, but we would like to be around 96%. That's our average. Okay. Second, so you got to watch the video. If you're taking the April ACT, you got to register this week. So if you're taking the April ACT, you got to register for the test. Yeah.
When applying to the ACT online, is there any information that we should avoid or
Say don't say.
like when we're applying for the ACT online, right? Is there any information that we should avoid putting in about ourselves?
Okay, anything optional, don't put it. If you start taking more than 15 minutes or so to fill out the application, that means you're putting more information than is required. And there is something called EOS. Say no to EOS. Yeah, I would not give any information other than what's required. So another thing I want to talk to you guys. This is our 4th time we're meeting. Okay. Usually, by this time, students get a pretty good feeling of how this class is going, how our prep program is going, right? Concerns, not happy, not happy, whatever it is. I would like you to tell me In simple words, if you're not happy, if you have any concerns or complaints. Because what I would like to ensure is if you have any concerns, I would not find out after the class is done, which has happened before, summer 2018. We really had some issues and nobody had told us anything. And I don't want to waste your time and my time because your job is to learn here, nothing else. But if it's not happening, I would like to know. And I can talk to them. These instructors are very well trained. They know how to take feedback, and including me. And we had a student who actually did not like our ACT science methodology, and she told me, Manoj, I don't like it. That's good. You can agree to disagree, but I would like that communication. Sounds good? Simple. All right, go and get your page 14. We're going to continue with polygons. Let's go. So next week is a very important one for ACT Science. Don't miss it. So we were working on polygons. Page 14. Right? 14, right? So we did the interior angle, the exterior angle, right, as a practice. So let's go to the real problem here, which is a question number 44 in the real test. Okay, try this one. Question is, and this is exactly how they had written, find x was the, okay? And let me draw it. Find x.
What page are we supposed to be on?
14. And again, the same thing. When you have an answer, if you're face to face, raise your hands and put it down. If you're online, say your name and mute again.
Sophia. Jeremiah. Tyler. Yep. Christian. Ellie. Christian. Isabella.
All right. First question. How many are confident your answer is correct? We had a lot of people answer, of course. The difference, what happens in real ACT is, this is exactly what goes through your mind. We are taking the test, you get an answer. If you are not confident, that element of doubt starts to seep in other questions too. And that's how you get disturbed and you start making silly mistakes. So the silly mistake is actually a fermented thing, what's going on with the previous questions. So something I'm going to be focusing a lot this time is about your mindset in taking the test. How is your mindset? Mindset is important and it all starts from confidence. So, how many are confident with this answer? Nobody? One? Okay. Somebody tell me. What's that? Oh, Nirma?
I'm confident.
Okay, what's your answer? Nirma, what's your answer? Okay, maybe he's not here.
My bad. I got. Sorry, I got 225.
Okay. Anybody has 225? That's correct. 225 is correct. So one out of almost 22 students today. So that doesn't bode well, right? Put your pencils down, listen up. Again, when you're doing this question, put yourself in this mind, okay, this question you see in the ACT test, two things run into your mind. Gosh, I know this well. Gosh, I'm not sure. That's where it starts to kill you, when you're not sure. So this is where you start inflecting from a good score to a great score, or good score to a not so good score, is when you start inflecting from one question to another. That it's hurting you, that, oh, I think I have an idea, but I'm not sure. That starts to hurt you. And you got to start working on it. Because I've talked to so many students who have gone through the test and their mindset is. And everybody says confidence is the word. If I get it, it just goes to the next level, because now the momentum is with you. Okay? So I'm going to do the problem. Listen up. There's two ways to do this question. One, so if I take the straight line and I extrapolate this line, this is 180 degrees. Am I right? Straight line is 180. So I'm left with only this portion, which is your exterior angle. Am I right? So every interior angle has an exterior angle. So x is equal to 180 degrees plus the exterior angle. And how do I calculate the exterior angle? 360 degrees divided by number of sides, which is 8, 45 degrees. So it'll be 225 degrees. Or method number 2, you take this, this is my interior angle. Am I right? And as you know, at this particular point, this entire thing is 360 degrees, right? So you take 360 minus I will give me the x. So x is equal to 360 degrees minus I. I is, of course, will be 135, because if E is 45, I will be 135 degrees. So 360 minus 135 is 225 degrees. Now, let me tell you the answer choices and see if your thought process agreed to it. And this is where I really want you to focus on. Look at the answer choices. 45, 90, 135, 180, 225. If you really knew it's going to be more than 180, you didn't have to do any of this. But many do not know the fundamentals, that this was a straight line and it's more than 180. How many knew your answer has to be more than 180? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 90% success rate right there. If you know that it was more than 180, you could have got this problem right, and you should. But thought process is important. I do not care about how, I care about why. Your schools are used to teaching you how. Okay, 2 plus 2 is 4. They'll teach you 3 plus 3 is 6. That's what nobody asks you why it happens. Why? And this is the why. If I know it's more than 180, even if you didn't get 225, I'm happy with it. Because at least you're thinking in the right direction. Go ahead and write on this. This is a very important problem. And ask questions. You're here to learn. page 6. We're gonna go to circles. Well, you know, diameter is twice the radius. You know, circumference is 2 pi r. Area is pi r squared, right? Something you've been doing for a long, long time. With that in mind, we're going to directly get to the problems, all right? And these are not easy problems. These are what we call the tier 2 problems. Right on, the first question. Your job is to find this area. Go.
Manoj, is it of just one of the corners?
Yeah, here.
Okay.
This is 5 inches, the radius. Again, same thing. If you have an answer, if you're here, raise your hands. If you're online, just tell me your name.
Sophia.
Christian. Tyler. Nehemiah. There.
Okay. How many are confident your answer is correct? 1. Ooh, that's pretty bad. This is 7th grade math, pre-algebra. Have some people here raising. Okay, we'll see. Put your pencils down. Let's do this. All right, so this is 5 inches, right? That's a radius. So that means, so this is 5, this is 5. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
So the diameter is 10, which is, this is 10. So this is 10. This is 5 radius, this is 5, so this is 10. So you have a square, right? You have a circle inscribed in a square. So to find the area of this corner, first job is to take the square minus the circle. So area of the corner, let's call this one corner, this corner or shaded region, whatever we're going to call it as, is area of the square, 10 square, minus the circle, pi r squared. Right? So I get, so when I take the circle out of the square, I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4 pieces. But I only want this corner divided by 4. So it'll be 100 minus 25 pi over 4. So if I take factorize 25, 4 minus pi divided by 4. Or you can put pi as 3.14 and do the stuff. That's easy as well. but this is what the ACT will be looking for. So what's a decimal conversion of this answer? Yeah.
5.4, about.
Yeah, or 5.4 square inches or inches squared. So how many got around 5.4?
That's what I got.
I did.
Did.
But how many got this format? Anybody? I would like all of you to redo this problem, making sure you follow this format. Go, do that. And I would like you to think from now onwards pi as pi. Don't put pi as 3.14. That's too high schoolish, okay? College, we don't have time for it. Next time, any problem I give on pi, try to preserve pi all through. You guys good? Next problem. Find the area of the shaded region.
Sophia. Tyler. Christian. Nehemiah.
How many are confident about your answer?
I am.
I am.
I am.
All right, let's get started. So we have a circle in a circle with the same center point. What is this system of circles called? Fundamentals, 9th grade geometry. Anybody? You got to know these things. Mathematically, this is easy. This is called concentric circles. What are concentric circles? They have the same center point but different radii. Right? So when you have a concentric circle, finding area of a region becomes interesting because you have a circle in a circle. So you have to take the larger circle and cut a piece out, then you're left with like a tire, right? So you take the area of the larger circle, pi 14 square minus pi 12 square. Area of the larger circle minus the area of the smaller, so you take this out, you're left with only this portion. So 114 square is 196 pi minus 144 pi, 52 pi. And I would like you to maintain that, right? If you put 3.14, how much does it come out to? 160 something?
Yeah, 162.
Yes, something like that. Of course, inches square, units are extremely important. By chance, I need a favor as we are running our phone on my internet on my hotspot here. My phone is there giving internet to both the facilities here. Can somebody take picture of the whiteboard coming closer here and you have to text me that one? Do you have a phone? So you want to come this way, Ava, and just take a closer picture. So and please text me.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know our router. Yeah, go ahead.
I powered it down so that it wouldn't keep
Okay.
ringing. So the power.
You have a phone? Okay. You can take a picture. That's better though, to turn it off. So.
If you want to take it, I'm not good at taking pictures.
Okay, I'll take it. I can screw up this one. So. And I'll just hold on to it. Oh, I may need more. So, and make sure to text me afterwards. Thanks. All right, you guys good? Go to page 11. We're still on circles, but this is the next difficulty of circles. This is very important, most likely tier 2 or tier 3 level problems. And focus on the top called conic section of circles. This is something I don't expect many of you to have learned it. Usually they teach it in a second semester of your geometry. If the school system is good, if a teacher is good, this is something you would be drilled in big time, okay? But sometimes they don't, okay? We'll see. So imagine this circle on an XY plane. A circle is a two-dimensional, right? An XY plane is a two-dimensional. So I can draw a circle on an XY plane. Right? There's nothing for you to write. Don't write. Just listen. Then you can write if you want to. So this is a point on the circumference XY. Okay? That point is, if it starts to travel around, it's equidistant from the center point, that's the radius, right? And of course, this center point is also X and Y, right? A point on the XY plane. But just to distinguish with a center point versus a point on the circumference, we call in conic section this center point is H and K, which is X, Y. Same thing, but just to distinguish it. So as you know, this is the radius, right? And that radius travels across to form a circle, which is 360 degrees. The radius remains constant, right? The distance remains constant. That's why they converted the distance formula, which we did in straight lines, as this equation of circle. So the equation of circle is exactly the distance formula. X minus x1 minus x2 squared, remember? Plus y1 minus y2 squared is equal to distance squared, which is radius squared. This is the equation of circle. Go ahead and write on this. And actually many people do not know the equation of circle is same as distance formula. Many actually don't know that. All right. So how would the problem be given? Some are very simple, some are a little bit difficult. But you got to know the equation first of all. And the equation will not be given to you guys. Okay? So right on the do the first problem. This might be a tier 2, borderline tier 3 problem. Okay. Here you go. With this information, write the equation of circle. Put a star mark to this one. It's an important problem.
Nehemiah.
Eloise. Sophia.
Christian.
All right, let's get started. Now, there are 3 important things you need to find, because in any equation I talked to you guys on when we did the straight line, you'll always have 2 variables, right? Dependent and independent, which is basically x and y, right? Other than that, all other things must be completed. That's h, k, and r. This is my r. This is my radius. Right? You can just simply use a distance formula to find the radius. So the first step I would do is, this is h is -2. So it'll be negative of negative becomes +2. Right? Plus y minus k, minus of minus becomes +3 square is equal to radius square. So I'm going to take this point 7, 2 for x and y and solve for radius, because that's a point on the circumference. So 7 plus 2, 9 square, plus y plus 3, actually I want to write this down so you can see it. 7 plus 2 square plus 2 plus 3 square is equal to radius square. 9 square is 81, 5 square is 25, so which is equal to 106. That goes in here. That's your answer. That's all I'll be looking for. How many got this correct?
I did.
I did.
I did.
I did.
I did. I put
good.
r equals square root of 106 instead of just r squared is 106.
Yeah, you can write both ways as well. That's fine. Because if you get this, this is probably what you're going to see it. All right? Are you sure about this? That's all, actually, to be honest. Any other difficulty level, it'll be very difficult for you guys. So I don't want to go there. Next problem. We're actually now ahead of our schedule. This is where I thought I'd be done today. So I'm a little ahead, so it's a good thing. What is this line called?
Y-axis.
Yeah,
Chord.
chord. Have you heard the term chord? How many have completed geometry? Raise your hands here. Let's see. Only one.
I'm in
In geometry. Okay, you studying this. Oh, you should have studied, but it's okay. You'll be studying hopefully this semester, spring semester. How about online students? How many have done geometry?
I have.
I have.
And how many you guys remember chord? Chord is the most underrated things in geometry. It's the most important, but they don't really spend time on. And I'm really worried about it. You guys should know this like this. What's the longest chord in a circle? Yeah?
The diameter.
Diameter, right? Of course, diameter is exactly not a chord, but it's closest to the chord, right? Because chord should not touch the center point. It's only two, but as it tends towards diameter, it becomes the longest chord, right? Good. You guys need to know that. You really need to know this. Okay? Next. If a line is drawn from center point to the chord at 90 degrees, what is this line called? This may be a little tough, but still answerable. This is chord. I'm drawing a line at 90 degrees to the chord. What is this line called? It's two words. Perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector. Have you heard this term?
Yeah.
Because that's pre-algebra. Perpendicular bisectors is pre-algebra. So this line is when there is a perpendicular line drawn to the chord, according to the law of chords, it bisects the chord. This is an amazing property of chords, which many people don't know this. A perpendicular bisect to the chord, that's why it's called perpendicular bisector. It bisects the chord, basically. So it splits the chord into two equal pieces. I have a tough question for you guys. Why and how this can help us in circles? What's the significance of knowing this? It's a tough one.
You combine the radius.
What's that?
You combine the radius.
Oh, amazing. That's good. Now, somebody answered this question. In the last fall semester when I taught this, nobody answered that. Now you can actually find the radius, which is right here, using Pythagorean theorem. Who answered that one?
I did.
You have to tell me the name again.
Sophia.
Oh, okay, Sophia. Good. That's excellent. That's really good. That's why you study. Right? You can set up a Pythagorean theorem. That's the easy part. Really good, right? Really good. Try this problem. I'm actually teaching you guys a little bit more difficult than any semester at this level, actually. We are at least I'm teaching it around 10 to 15% more difficult. Like I didn't teach this in detail, but I told them what it is. Now we are doing a little bit more brainstorming here, which is what we are shifting towards going forward. Okay. Try this problem. Think before you start solving this problem. So let me explain this problem first. One of the things I'm shifting towards is the thought process and just not doing some math problem here. Listen up. OD line segment is 9.2 inches. the circumference of the circle is 100 pi. With this information, if OD is the perpendicular bisector to AD, find AB line segment value. Go. Think. You gotta have thought process. Then you can mathematically do it.
Does that say 9.2 or 92?
9.2 inches.
Near
Sophia.
Christian.
How many are confident of your answer? 1, 2. What's your answer?
It's the square root of 4,830. Or 69.5.
I don't know. It doesn't look right though. Mathematically doesn't make sense.
No.
Anybody else?
I got 98.3.
What do you got?
98.3
98.
for AB.
98.3.
I got that too.
I got 199.1518 pi.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Again, I've not done it, but I'm just guesstimating, okay? Well, we'll see. Why worry about it? I was trying to guesstimate the answer and see. We'll see. One of you have got it correct, actually. We'll see who it is. All right, the first thing is circumference is 100 pi, and circumference is 2 pi r, right? So pi and pi cancels, so radius is 50. How many got this step? If you don't get the radius, you're screwed. Nothing else you can do. Okay. Right? Makes sense, right? Okay. This is 50. So this is 50. This is 9.2. So let's call this as x here, which is the let's do the Pythagorean theorem. X squared plus 9.2 square is equal to 50 squared. Tell me the answer for x. 2500 minus 80 something, whatever. Square root that one.
You got 49.1.
49.1 inches. Somebody double check that for me.
That's right.
Okay. So this is x. This is going to be our x as well because it's a perpendicular bisector. So AB will be around 98.2. Somebody did get that, right? Something like that?
Yeah, that's what me and Christian got.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let me start with this. How many got 50? Radius is 50. Tell me the answers. Who got it? 50. Raise your hands or whatever it is. 1, 2, 3,
I did.
4. Okay, 5, 6.
I did.
How many got 49.1?
Me?
Okay. Does this make sense? Yes? I would like all of you at home to do this problem. So this problem, this one, that's the last, so this one and this one, I would like all of you to repeat at least 2 times. Write it down so you don't forget it. So you'll be watching the science video which I'll be sending today, and you'll be repeating these 2 problems twice each, because you cannot afford not to know this. Good? Does that make sense? So I'm going to repeat this. The next week science video is going to be crucial for you guys, and repeating this. So today's class is going to be an impactful class on your scores. So the first time I met you, the straight line equations was an easy concept, but pretty, you get a lot of questions. But this is an impactful class because this can change your scores significantly. I've seen almost all of these concepts every single time in ACT to a different varying degrees of difficulty. I'll see you guys next week. Continue doing the homework. Week 3 homework is going to be due next Sunday. Have a good night. Go Chiefs. Bye. Just kidding. Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.